Hello and welcome to Maple Flavored Yoga. My name is Andy and this is Dr. Claw. If you found your way to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button. Also, feel free to give it a like and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. These small, simple actions help support me in creating free yoga content on this channel. So to begin, we will fully arrive on our mat. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Connecting with your breath and looking internally just to observe whatever your inner landscape is offering you at this time. Taking note of how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, without the need or the want to change any of these things. Simply acknowledge them. I would like to take a moment to send my gratitude to the people of South Asia who created and cultivated this beautiful yoga practice that we get to share today. If your eyes were closed, you may blink them open, taking in the space around you. And we're going to make our way on to tabletop, or into tabletop, sorry, doctor. Bring our wrists below our shoulders, knees below hips. Inhale up into cow. Exhale, push away into cat, bringing belly button to spine. Inhale up. Belly drops to the floor. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Linking our breath and movement here that will hopefully carry us through the rest of our practice. Inhale up. Exhale, push away. One more inhale. And a final exhale. Our next inhale will come to a neutral spine. Tuck our toes, push our hips up and back. Bringing your belly to our thighs, you can come up high onto your feet to open up the arches of your feet if that feels good. And then slowly we will straighten our legs. And you can pedal your legs here, inviting some movement into the backs of your legs. If your heels don't reach the floor, that's okay. We'll come to stillness now. Just intend them to the floor to allow that opening. Also, if your knees are bent here, that's also okay. Whatever allows that illumination or that opening through the backs of your legs, that's what you're looking for. And we want to find our minimum edge without it being too intense, right, doctor? Right. So hold here for a few more breaths. And know that at any time through this practice, if you need a few moments, you can come into child's pose or any other resting pose to collect your breath or your thoughts. Here we're going to wave forward, coming to high plank. And you can knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana here. Inhale up into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we'll come back into downward facing dog. We'll do that again. Inhale forward, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale up into cobra or upward facing dog. And then we'll push back into downward facing dog. You also have the option of coming into child's pose here as well. From here, we're going to inhale our left leg up, dropping our heel to our glute, Still really pushing evenly through both hands. Opening up that hip, and we'll do a few hip circles here. 3 hip circles forward. 3 hip circles back. Warming up that joint. And then just allowing that hip opening here. We'll step our left leg forward. Inhaling our arms up. You can hook your thumbs and come into a bit of a back bend here. Breathing into our bellies. Hands will come down, or you have the option of keeping your hands up on your hips. So we're coming into a half Hanuman low lunge flow. So on an inhale, we come forward. Exhale, we'll come back. Toes point to the sky, heart points to the toes. Inhale, we come forward. Also, if you have yoga blocks, you can use them here. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. So use whatever variation feels best for your body. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale, forward, coming up into a high lunge, crescent lunge, arms up above the head. And we'll step up, trying to stay on our left foot, and we'll come into tree pose here. Bringing our foot to the inner thigh. Options of keeping it at the ankle, the low leg, or inner thigh. Pretty much anywhere on that extended leg, but not on the knee joint. Hands to heart center, or you can grow up nice and tall. Right foot meets the floor. We'll come into mountain pose, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. We'll step back into that high plank, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Cobra. Or upward facing dog, and back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Next inhale, we'll inhale our right leg up, opening our hip to the side. Heel comes close to the glute. We're still pushing into our hands. And we'll do 3 hip circles forward, 3 hip circles back, and we will allow this opening for a few breaths here. We'll take our right foot up to the top of the mat. And again, we can bring our hands onto our hips, inhaling up. Hooking our thumbs the opposite way this time if you'd like to bring this little back bend in. Not necessary, but it can feel nice here. So hands can reach to our hips, or if you have yoga blocks, or to the floor. We're going to come into that half Hanuman low lunge flow once again. So inhale, collarbones shine forward. Exhale, back toes tuck, and we glide back front, toes come up to the sky. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. guiding our breath here. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. We'll hold here for 3, making sure that our hips are still squared, pointing towards the front of the mat. Inhale, we'll come forward, back toes tuck. We come up, inhale, nice and tall, into a high lunge, crescent lunge here for 3 breaths. Making sure our front foot is really grounded, we'll step forward. If you need to take a couple steps, that's okay. We're gonna come into tree on this side. So pick whichever variation feels best, and know that it might change from side to side. Hands to heart center, or going nice and tall. Left foot slowly and mindfully finds the floor. Inhale up, hands to heart center. Coming into mountain pose here. Once again, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And step back. Use chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck our toes. We're coming into downward facing dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. From here, we will come forward and we're going to come into a side plank. Your feet can be staggered or stacked. For 3 breaths. You can stay here. Option is always to bring your knee to the floor as well. Or you can take your top foot and step back, coming into wild thing. For 3 breaths. Looking to the mat, we'll take our knee and try and step it forward, bringing our right hand to the mat, swinging our hips across, stepping our right foot across, coming into a fallen triangle. Again, lifting that extended leg. Bringing it into the core, and then back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So coming forward into plank. Dropping your heels to the right. You can stack your feet here and come into a side plank for 3 breaths. You have the option of stepping back, coming into wild thing. Taking that left knee, trying to keep it close to the body. Left hand reaches the mat, left foot comes across, and we come into fallen triangle on the other side. Pushing into the mat, that left leg gets light. Right hand comes to the mat, left knee stays tucked in, and we come back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to bring our forearms down, coming into dolphin. And from here, we're going to slowly walk our feet up and then slowly walk our feet back. Slowly walk our feet up and slowly walk our feet back. One more time here, slowly. And back. Whew. That is tough. We can come down onto our knees and we'll bring our arms down by our sides for this child pose to rest our shoulders, or you do have the option of always bringing your arms out front. Hands extend out front. Inhale, we rise. Coming into a tabletop. I'm going to bring your arms a little bit farther up. We're going to come into plank pose. And then we're going to inhale our right leg up and down. Exhale down. Inhale left up. Exhale down. Inhale right. Exhale down. Inhale left. Exhale down. Inhale right, exhale down, inhale left, exhale down, and we'll glide back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths here. Inhale, we'll wave forward into plank. Exhale, we'll glide back. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. We'll drop down onto our knees here, swinging our feet out front. Hey, doctor. Good. And we're going to come back onto our backs. So coming onto our backs here, we're going to do some flutter kicks to really engage our core. Come on, breath. We're going, if you'd like, you can bring your hands underneath of your glutes. Want to make sure that we still have a nice long neck here. So we want to have our low back have good contact with the mat. Our belly button is pulling to spine, just so we're really engaging our core. Legs will extend straight. We're gonna kick here for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you'd like, you can bring your knees in and give them a hug. We'll do that one more time. So take your time to set up. Hands underneath glutes, legs extended, belly button to spine. If you want to bring your shoulders off the floor, just make sure that your neck is still spacious. We don't want to be crunching in too much here. So legs are extended, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll bring our knees in, give them a hug. We'll do a quick bridge pose here, just to really open up our hip flexors that we've already worked and stretch out that abdomen that we've got nice and toasty now. So you want to bring your feet hip width apart, close enough that you can touch barely your hands with your heels. Knees are pointed up, and when we rise up, we want to make sure that our knees still stay in line. We don't want them to splay out to the side or cave in on one another. take a few moments to set up. Make sure that you've got a nice, spacious cervical spine. And your whole spine should be spacious. You shouldn't feel crunched anywhere. Palms are face down, or palm down. And then we push into our heels, hips are rising. If it feels okay, you can take your arms and roll them underneath. Knees are still pointed up to the sky. Try and make your heart puffy. 3 breaths. And we'll slowly come down. Take your arms up to the side and vertebrae by vertebrae. Come down onto the mat. Nice and slow. You can windshield wiper your knees from side to side if that feels okay. We'll do that one more time. So make sure you got good setup here. No, Dr. Claw. You cannot crawl on me right now. And then when you feel ready, on an inhale, we push into the mat, hips rise off the floor, arms can come underneath or still stay flat on the floor, but they're active. Heart is puffy, neck is long, 3 breaths. Arms can come out to the side, and then vertebrae by vertebrae will come down, nice and controlled. And you can bring your knees to your chest if that feels okay. Sorry, doctor. We'll bring our arms out to the side, and you can drop your knees over to the left, coming into a spinal twist here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we'll roll to the right. Our knees will roll to the right. Shoulders should stay pretty much on the mat. Inhale, we'll come back to center. And then we will come down and get ready for Shavasana. So if you'd like to put a sweater on or socks or anything like that, you can do that. So you can really sink into your Shavasana. Make sure you've got a nice long spine here, palms face up to the sky. Release any control you had of the breath. Allow it to come naturally. If thoughts arise, try and allow them to pass without entertaining them. And try and allow yourself to be taken over by gravity. Feel heavy on your mat. Soften as much as you can. If you have more time for Shavasana, I strongly encourage you to take it. But if you feel ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Give yourself a great big stretch like you do in the morning. And one at a time, bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then you can roll to whichever side feels best. And take a moment there. And then when you feel ready, you can make your way back to seated. Once again, bring your awareness to your internal self. And whatever your experience is, just allow it to be without wanting to modify or fix it or indulge in it. Just allow it to exist. Bring your hands to heart center, bowing your head. Send yourself some gratitude for coming to practice today, investing in your well-being. And know that wherever this life takes you, that you are seen, you are loved, and you are divine. Take care.